Now observe very clearly. Now here in this client server architecture, mainly three components: client, network and server. Now we'll go through that first one, that is nothing but what? Client. Okay, now observe very clearly here. Maximum of people is thinking about client is a computer. Say yes or no, sir? No, not like that. Client is not a computer. Client is a browser. Okay, now at a time you can observe very clearly in one laptop also we can send 2-3 browsers is available. Say yes or no, 2-3 clients is or not. Okay, so for that here observe very clearly, client is a browser. Okay, now client is a browser, not a computer. Okay, now client is a browser, not a computer. Okay, now observe very clearly here what I am saying here. In client server applications, the main purpose of clients, okay na, the main purpose of client, okay na, the main purpose of client is to send the request. Okay now, what is the main purpose of clients are here? To send the request to the servers. Okay now, to send the request to the server side application, and to get the response. Okay now, to get the response to the server side application. Okay, what I am saying, are you able to understand, everyone? In client server application, the main purpose of client is to send the request to the server side application and to get the response to the server side application. Okay, what I am saying, are you able to understand, everyone? Respond, boss. Okay, next, after that observe very clearly, to send the request from the client. Okay, now to send the request from the client to the server, to send the request from the client to the server, we have to, okay now, we have to use string data. Okay now, we have to use what, sir? String data at the client address bar. Okay, observe very clearly what I am saying here. String data what we are passing. Okay now, string data what we are passing, or otherwise what we are providing in client's address bar. Is called as URI. Okay na, URI. What is that, sir? URI is nothing but uniform resource identifier. Okay na, uniform resource identifier. Okay, observe very clearly what I am saying. First of all here, in client is a browser, not a computer. In client server application, the main purpose of client is to send the request to the server side application and to get the done. Now my screen is visible.
Yes,
to
sir.
send the request to the, tell me, sir, what I am saying. Second point, in client server application, the main purpose of client is to send a request to the server side application and to get the response to the server side application. Okay, now to send the request from the client to server, we have to use string data in the client address bar. Okay, now what we have to pass here? String data in the client's address bar. Okay, now for example here I am opening one browser. In that browser I am searching something, www.facebooklogin.com. Okay na, in this case whatever we are passing, that is nothing but okay, that data we are passing in the form of what? String data or not? That is URI. Okay na, that is what, sir? URI is nothing but uniform resource identifier. Okay na, URI is nothing but what? Uniform resource identifier. Next, after that here observe very clearly, have one question. Okay now, what is the difference between URL and otherwise URI and URL and URN. Okay, observe very clearly here what I am saying here. What is the difference between URI, URL and URN? Okay, try to observe very clearly here what I am saying. Now first of all, what is URI? Already we know about URI. What is URI, sir? Tell me. URI is a uniform resource identifier, is a string data. Okay, now URI is what? String data provided at the where, sir? Client address bar. Okay, now URI is a string data provided at the client address bar. Say yes or no? Okay, now client address bar, it can be used. Okay, now it can be used to refer a particular server side component. Okay, now server side component from the client side machine, otherwise client machine. Okay, observe the point what I am saying here. URI is a string data provided at the client address bar. It can be used to refer a particular server side component from the client machine. Okay, now what we are searching, particular server side component or not? www.facebooklogin.com server side particular component or not, sir? Okay, now that is the stuff. Okay, observe very clearly. Mainly here in this URI there are two types of URI. Okay, now there are two types of URI. What are the two types of URI? Is nothing but the first one is what? URN, and the second one is what? URL. URN and URL. What is the URN? URN is nothing but uniform. Very good. Okay, now uniform resource name. Okay, now URI is nothing but what, sir? Uniform resource name. Next, URL. What is URL here? URL is nothing but uniform resource locator. Okay, now uniform resource locator. Okay, now observe very clearly here what I am saying. I'll give you just small basic differences, then I'll go through that, then we'll go through that next concept. Okay, observe very clearly here what I am writing. First I'll go through that URN. Okay, now URN is nothing but what? Uniform resource name. Okay, now observe very clearly, it is a string data. Uniform resource name is it is what? Which type of data? It is a string data, comma, it can be used to refer a particular server side resource. Okay, now particular server side resource through its logical name. Okay, now it's what, sir? Logical name. End of the session we can understand what is logical name, what is fully qualified name. Okay, now everything we can understand, sir. Okay, now while we are creating web.xml file, we are using these concepts. What is logical name and what is fully qualified name. The future classes you can understand very clearly this stuff. Okay, and next second one. What is the second one here? URL. Okay, now uniform resource locator. Now observe very clearly here, it is a string data. Okay, now it is a string data. It can be used to refer a particular server side resource through its locator. Okay, now its locator. What is the difference here? Through its logical name, but here through its locator. Okay, now done. Observe very clearly here what I am saying. Okay, now here I'll write one note point. Okay, now but here in this case almost all servers, okay na, almost all the servers are not supporting, almost all servers are not supporting URN notations, okay na, almost all servers is not supporting what, sir? URN notations. URN notation is nothing but what? Uniform resource name, okay na, ante that means logical name, okay. Observe very clearly, logical name means that is not supporting from all the okay, almost all servers is not supporting the URN notations, okay. Now observe very clearly, every server is supporting which notations? Tell me, sir. Supporting URL notations only, okay na, URL notations, okay na. Observe very clearly here, I'll write one basic syntax, okay na. What I am saying, observe sir very clearly. For example, here I'll write one basic protocol, okay na, not about this URI and URL, I am writing about protocol related stuff, okay na. I'll write here protocol. Second step is a protocol, or we can say here I said network na, so here I think second point I have explained about network, so I'll change here network to protocol, okay na. Both are same, don't worry about that. Protocol is nothing but step by step wise, okay na, set of rules, okay. So like that only, here network is nothing but internet only, okay. Observe very clearly what is the protocol. Observe sir what I am writing here. In this protocol, first of all here I am going to write about the syntax about the protocol, okay na. Observe very clearly here which notation here we have to use, which things here we have to use in that URL protocol, HTTP or not, okay na, HTTP, okay na, HTTP colon, next after that here we have to use what? Double slash, okay na, HTTP double slash, next after that here yesterday I have explained, okay na, no, what I have explained yesterday, IP address I have explained or not, okay na. So here what we have to pass? IP address, okay na. Otherwise give me time, I'll explain one basic thing, sir, okay. For example, I have one friend, okay na. For example, one of my friend is supported me, so now I'm in some nice position, okay na. Present assume that now I'm in India, okay. My friend is in USA, America, okay. Otherwise I'm in USA, America. My friend is available in Hyderabad. Otherwise I'll tell you, sorry. 1 minute, bro. Done. I have supported one of my friends, sir. Presently he is in USA, okay. Now he is earning some nice salary, everything is good, okay. Now he want to thank me, okay. Then he want to, how he will do that? Tell me how he will say thanks. Just dropping one message, yes, that is also okay. But here he want to give some money to me, okay. For example, some 10 lakhs money he want to give, okay. So tell me where he is in, tell me where is available in USA. So first of all what he want to come Hyderabad and he want to meet me, say yes or no? First Hyderabad to first USA to Hyderabad, okay. One flight is required or not? Say yes or no, sir. One flight is required. So for example here I am taking my flight name is what? Indigo flight, okay. He's taking the Indigo flight, he is coming to what? Where he came here? Hyderabad or not, sir? Okay na, Hyderabad, he came to Hyderabad, okay na. Next after that here in this Hyderabad there are lot of cities is there, say yes or no, lot of places is there. Again he will come where? Begumpet or not? Say yes or no, sir. Hyderabad to Begumpet, okay. In this Begumpet also there are lot of institutes is available. Again he wants to come Magneq software or not? So for that here observe very clearly, here I am writing what? Magneq soft, okay na. In that Magneq software also lot of trainers is available or not? So he want to meet what? Surendra, okay na, Suren. Next after that here Surendra, next after that here you want to give what, sir? Check or not? Check or class is equal to some 10 lakhs. Say yes or no, what I am saying, are you able to understand? In this case observe very clearly here what I am saying. First of all, okay, I will write here. Done. Now observe very clearly here, first of all here what I have to write? Protocol HTTP colon double slash. First here what we have to write? Hyderabad, okay. In the place of Hyderabad here we have to write what? IP address, okay. Now what we have to write here? Hyderabad IP address. So for example here I am IP address. What is the syntax for IP address? 4 dots. I have explained already. IP address is divided into 4 parts. Some IP address here I am writing, some IP address, okay. Something, so like that here I am writing an IP address. Okay now, okay, IP address is completed. Next, after that here, what we have to write here? The port number, server port number or not, again. Okay now, in that Hyderabad, after that here we have to write server port number. For example, here I am taking 8080 my port number. Okay, 8080 my port number. Next, after that here we have to write what, sir? Here application name. For example, login. Okay, now I want to write login app. So here what is my application here? Tell me, sir, what is my application here? Login app. Application name is login app. In that login app, what we have to do first? Login or not? So again here I am writing what, sir? Login. If you want to login, here we have to enter proper credentials or not? So for that here I am writing uname is equal to, okay now, uname is equal to some name. Here I am writing ABC and password, username, password upwd, password is equal to some I am entering here ABC123. So can I write like this? Response, sir. Okay, are you able to understand what I am saying? In this case, again observe very clearly here what I am saying. Okay, first here I am writing HTTP is a protocol. It's okay, no problem. Okay, and next, after that here, the server is available in the local machine. Okay, now server is not available. We didn't install. After installing that, 1 minute. Here this is what, sir? This port is what? IP address or not? This is the IP address. If the server is available in your local machine, then no need to specify that IP address. Okay, now no need to specify that server IP address. Each and every server is having IP address or not? Okay, now each and every server is having IP address. If the server is available in your local machine, no need to write the IP address. Then what we have to write in this IP address, please? Here we have to write localhost. Okay na, sir? If the server is available in your local machine, no need to write this IP address. What we have to write here directly? Local host. Okay now, okay, done. Local host. Next, after that here, the server port number. So 8080. As of now here I am writing 8080. We are installing the server. That time I will show you the IP address. Okay now, we will use one IP address. Next, after that here, the application name is what? Login app. Whatever the application you have, you can write here. As of now here I am taking one example, login app. Next, what I want to do here? Login. So that's why here I am logging. I am using login. Next, after that, uname, username is equal to, here I have to write what, sir? ABC. Username, some ABC. Next, and password upwd. Okay now, just I am writing that things. Okay now, whatever you want you can use in that username and password place. No one will ask. Password is equal to, again what I want to write here, some password I am writing here, ABC123. So like that here I am writing. Okay, are you able to understand what I am saying here? Response, sir. So this is what? Protocol. Okay now, this is what, sir? Protocol. Don't worry about this stuff. Again, the coming classes will get one clear clarity. Okay, any doubts in this concept? Response, sir. Pakka, no doubts? Done. Now observe very clearly. Now we can start the prepare first web application. Okay na? Done. Take a special care here. Steps to create, otherwise steps to prepare first web application. Okay na? Steps to prepare what, sir? First web application. Okay, now observe very clearly here what I am writing. Steps to prepare first web application. In this case, first steps here, few steps is there na? The first step is download and install the server software. Okay now, so first step is what, sir? Here we have to install the server software. I'll show you how to install the server, how to start the server. I'll show you. As of now, that stuff I'll show you. Okay, the next class. Okay, next tomorrow. Okay, now observe very clearly. Create web application directory. Create web application directory structure. This is the very important concept, sir. Okay now, this is a very important concept. Okay now, tomorrow we'll discuss this stuff. Now observe very clearly. The start step, that is nothing but prepare deployment descriptor. Prepare deployment descriptor is nothing but web.xml file. Okay now, here we have to prepare what? Web.xml file. How to prepare the web.xml file, that all the stuff we will discuss. Okay, next step, observe very clearly. The fourth step, Okay na. The fourth step is, observe very clearly, start server and deploy the web application. Start server and deploy the web application. Okay, after preparing this deployment descriptor, we will create one servlet class and we will link with deployment descriptor, and after that the application we have to deploy the server or not. Say yes or no. We have to deploy the server. That application, how we are able to deploy the server, that we will discuss. Okay now. Next, after that, here the fifth point. Observe very clearly what I am saying here. Otherwise, 1 minute. Here I have to change this point. Okay, here I will write fourth point here. Prepare the web resources. Prepare the web resources. Next, after that, the fifth point is perfect. Next. Start the server and deploy the web applications. Next, last point, observe very clearly, access the web application. These all are the steps now we are going to discuss. Okay, how many steps is available to prepare first web application? 6 steps. The first step, download and install the server software. Next, create web application directory structure. The second step, here we have to concentrate, very important. Okay, if you are understanding the second step, all the diagrams, if you are understanding the diagram, then easily you can create web applications. Okay now. Next, prepare web deployment descriptor. This is very easy. Okay, next, prepare web resources and start and deploy the server. Start the server and deploy the web application and access the web application. This is the stuff. Okay, any doubts in this concept, sir? Okay, now we'll go through that first step. That is nothing but I'll go through that. Download and install server software. Download and install server software. Okay, here we have lot of servers is available, sir. Okay, now here we have a lot of servers is available. It's like a Glassfish, Apache Tomcat. Okay, now something like the different servers are available. Okay, now we'll go through that one server recently everyone is using, that is nothing but Apache Tomcat server. Okay, now observe very clearly how to download the Apache Tomcat server. Observe very clearly here. I'll show you. If you want, I'll give the notes also, don't worry. Okay, just go to Google. Everyone listen, no need to do that. I'll give the steps. Okay, first of all listen here. Okay, the first step, sir. Okay, now to install the Tomcat, what we have to do means, observe very clearly. First, open the Google browser. Just type Apache Tomcat. Okay, now what we have to type here? Apache Tomcat. Just type that. Okay, Apache Tomcat. Here lot of things is available. Observe very clearly. Apache Tomcat, Wikipedia, Apache Tomcat welcome. So like that, different things is available or not. Click on that first one. Okay, now if you want, here I'll give the link also, don't worry about that. Okay, in that file only I'll add. Next, after that, here you can observe very clearly. Okay, Apache Tomcat software, this one. Okay, now next, here you can observe very clearly. Download versions. Which version you want to download? Versions, observe very clearly. What is the latest version of Tomcat? 11. Okay, now Tomcat 10 is also available. Okay, few people systems is old versions and latest versions, and JDK is also, we have to support everything. So that's why for here I'll go through the 10th version. Okay, now Tomcat 10. Click on that word, sir. Tomcat 10. Okay, after that, here you can observe very clearly what is available. Tomcat 10.1.50 is available. Okay, now what is the version is available here? Tomcat 10.1.50. In this case, observe very clearly. Zip, PGP, SHA 5112. Okay, 32 bits Windows zip, it's not required. 64 bits Windows zip. Okay, here you can observe very clearly this last one. 32-bit, 64-bit Windows Service Installer. The last one is available now. Are you able to understand this step? Click on that. Okay, automatically the server is downloading. Okay, whatever we have done now, I'll give that notes about that. Okay, observe very clearly here. Okay, done. To install the Tomcat server, use following steps. What are the steps we have to follow is nothing but observe very clearly the first step. What is the first step here? Tell me, sir, here. Oh, that also I want, right? Okay. Open browser. Open browser. Otherwise, I'll give the link. Okay. I'll give the link, Apache Tomcat link, sir. That link is nothing but, for example, HTTPS. Here available Apache Tomcat. There is a link. Okay. Here we can download by using the link. Okay, na. So by using this link, you can download, sir, everyone. Okay, na. Download Tomcat 10.1.11 version or 10.1.11 version from the following URL. From the what, sir? Following URL. What is the URL here? This is the URL. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, this is the URL. You click on that URL, directly it will go to the link. Okay, now I think it's downloaded. Yes, it is a downloaded. Okay, done. I'll go through that files. Okay, I'll go to downloads. Where mister? Now observe very clearly here, Apache Tomcat 10.1.50 is available. 1 minute. Okay, select host manager and what I have to do here? Select host manager and examples. Okay, now select host manager and examples. Check boxes. Okay, na. 1 minute. Observe very clearly here what I am saying. Okay, done. After that, here we have to do next again. Click next button is available. Click next button. Okay, na. Done. Now observe very clearly here the next button is available or not. Here we have checked that host manager and examples. Click on that next button. Next here this part is important. Okay, na. I think okay. Now observe, sir, very clearly here -1 is available. Shutdown, server shutdown port number. What is available here? -1. Remove that -1. Whatever you want, you can give. Whatever you want, you can give. Okay, na. For example, I give something, some dabba things I am giving here. Okay, something, some 87, something 69. Okay, there is no meaning for that. Okay, whatever you want, you can give. No problem. No one will ask. Okay, now observe very clearly here what I am saying here. Okay, next point, sixth point. Observe very clearly. Server here in this server shutdown port. In this server shutdown port, whatever you want here you can give, no problem. But here I am giving the server something 8769 something, some server number. Okay, next after that here observe very clearly HTTP 1.1 connector port is available. HTTP 1.1 connector port is available. What it's available here? 8080 Tomcat Apache. Okay, Tomcat Apache port number is what by default here? 8080. But I don't want that. I'm trying to I'll differentiate that. I don't want that. Now observe very clearly here. I'll click on that next port number. Here I am making something 8769. Next here change this the HTTP 1.1 port number. By default, what is the port number of Apache Tomcat? 8080. But here I am changing 1010. Okay, next after clicking on that, just here username is available. Everyone try to remember the username and password. That is the important. Okay, for you here I am writing username is Chandu. Next here password also here I am making Chandu. Okay, na. What is the username and password here? Chandu and Chandu. Okay, na. Don't worry about that. If you forgot also I'll show you. Okay, na. Where the password is available, that stuff I'll show you. Okay, next after that here click on that next button. Okay, na. Before that observe very clearly here what I want to do. After that here now HTTP slash 1.1 connector port number is what, sir? Port number 1010. Okay, next what I have to change here? Username. Okay, now here I am making my username is what? Chandu. Whatever you want you can write. Next after that here I am writing password. Here the password also here I am making what, sir? Chandu. Okay, now next after that here click on next button. Okay, now click on next button. Okay, clear what I am saying? Observe very clearly. Next after that here what it's saying? C program files Java JDK 12.1. Okay, now now observe very clearly here. I'll check once. Okay, here It's okay, no problem. I'll click on that. By default I'll click on that next button. Okay, what I am saying here, otherwise provide Windows C, where it's available here. Desktop, this PC is SRC. Okay, I'll select on that SRC. Okay, I'll click on that. Okay, next here I am providing, observe very clearly here what I am doing. Tomcat 10.1. so like that, in that C colon here I am adding that. You can just click on that next button. Okay, no problem. Here it's not coming. Okay, I'll do again, no problem. Next, after that click on that next. Here we have to use what, sir? Install button. Okay, now observe very clearly, it's installing. Okay, and now after that what we have to click here, please observe very clearly, unselect this Apache Tomcat and run Apache Tomcat, and unselect this readme. Okay, now show readme, both unselect. Next, after that here click on that what, sir? Finish button. These steps also I will add in the notes. Listen bro, listen. Next, after that here the 11th step. What is the 11th step here? What I want right here, unselect readme. Sorry, first click on that click on install button. Click on install button. Next step, what is the 12th step here? Unselect readme and run Tomcat Okay, listen sir, observe very clearly here, run Tomcat. Okay, next, after that here 13th step, last step, click on the finish button. Okay, now click on the finish button. Okay, now everything, the story was completed. Next, after that here observe very clearly. Okay, done. Now just observe sir here, I'll go to files. In this files here, the what is the server name here? Apache Tomcat server is installed. Here just observe everyone here, go to C drive. Okay, now in that C drive program files is available. Program files is available for everyone. Program files is available. Click on that program files. Next, after that here Apache Software Foundation is available. Click on that Apache Software Foundation. After that here Apache 10.1 is available. Say yes or no. Click on that Apache 10.1. Okay, no problem. You don't have currently permission to access this folder. Yes, no problem. Click on that. Now observe very clearly, all the files is available here. Bin folder, conf folder, lib folder, logs folder, temp folder, web apps folder, work folder. Next, Tomcat uninstall. Lot of folders is available. This stuff, the next class, each and every folder stuff we will discuss in the next class. Why we are using bin folder, conf folder, lib folder, everything I will explain. Okay, next, after that click on that bin folder. Okay, now in this bin folder you can observe very clearly some files is available. Say yes or no. Now I want to start the server. Okay, now observe very clearly, I will remove this everything. I want to start the server. How to start the server? Okay, now how to start the server is nothing but just open file manager. Okay, click on that C drive. Next, here program files is available. Click on that program files. Next, inside the program files here we have Apache Software Foundation. Click on that Apache Software Foundation. Inside that Tomcat 10.1 is available. Click on the Tomcat 10.1. Here lot of folders is available. Say yes or no. In that folders, each and every folder stuff we will discuss in the next class. So now we'll go to that bin folder. Inside one bin folder is available now. Click on that bin folder. Here lot of files is available. Bootstrap, Catalina, some files is available. Okay, now observe very clearly, to start the server, here Tomcat 10 is available. Say yes or no. Tomcat 10 is available here. Just double click on that file. Okay, so like that, now server is started. Server is started. If you are blinking the screen, just if you are blinking that screen, we have a problem in server installation. We don't have proper server installation. That is the means. If you are getting like this, yes, done. That is the perfect way. So the server is started. Say yes or no. Okay, now the server is started. This is the story about server starting. So tell me how to start the server. Open file manager, go to C drive, and inside the program files and Apache software foundation, inside that Tomcat 10.1, again inside the bin folder. Next, inside the bin folder, here we have executable files is available. Few people will get .exe also, that also is okay, no problem. Click on that. Okay, now the server is started or not? Yes, the server is started. This is the stuff. Okay, now observe very clearly here. Observe the stuff here. Deploying the application, web application directly. So the server is started. Okay, now in the Apache software, here we have few files. Okay, I'll show you. Okay, now how to open the server? Just go to Google. Okay, now go to Google. Just search. So what we have to type here? HTTP. Okay, now HTTPS. Okay, otherwise HTTP : the server is available or not in the local machine. Observe very clearly, the server is available in your computer or not? Yes, we have installed. So tell me here, any required to enter that IP address? No. What we have to enter? Localhost. After entering the localhost : okay, now what is the port number of IP? What is the port number we have given? 1010. So here we have to give what? 1010. Okay, now just enter that. Okay, done. Very good. We have to get like this. So we are getting or not, sir, like this. In this case, now observe very clearly. Apache Tomcat 10.1.50. Okay, if you are seeing this, you have successfully installed the Tomcat. Congratulations. Okay, clear, sir? Now we have installed that. Now observe very clearly. Few examples is available. Otherwise, if you deploying the application, that application is available in Manager app. So here you can observe very clearly. Here right side 3 buttons is available. 3 input things is available. What are the 3 things? Server status, manager app, host manager. Say yes or no? Click on that manager app. Okay, click on that manager app. It's asking what? Username and password. Everyone knows about username and password. What is the username here? Chandu. Okay, next password also here I am going to add Chandu. Next, click on that sign in. No problem. Okay, again it's asking. Okay, Chandu. I'll enter sign in. No. What happened? Now observe very clearly here I am entering the username. CHANDU something, some password also here I am entering. Okay, done. Now I am clicking on that sign in button. Now it's opening. Okay, done. Click save. No problem. In this case, you can observe very clearly few things is available. Okay, now Tomcat web application manager. Okay, observe very clearly here like applications, something, some examples is available here. Docs, examples, host manager and managers. Examples is available or not? Click on that examples. Okay, now few examples is available, sir. Apache Tomcat examples, servlet example, JSP example, WebSocket example. Now we are working on that what? Servlets. Just click on that servlet examples. Okay, now here you can observe very clearly hello world example is there, request info example is there, request headers, request parameters for example is there. Now we'll see hello world example. Okay, now I want to check the code. So further click on that what? Source. This if you want to write the hello world program. Okay, now so here we have to do this much code. Import java.io. Okay, now next import jakarta.servlet. Import jakarta.servlet.http. Hello world extend HTTP servlet. Okay, now so here observe very clearly out.println is available. Okay, now there is system.out.println. Future we are also going to write this stuff only, sir. Okay, now you can observe very clearly here each and everything in the form of what? HTML code or not, sir? HTML code or not? Response, sir, everyone. Okay, now so this is the code. I'll execute and I'll show you. This is the code. If you want to execute the code, just click on that execute. We will get the hello world. Okay, now if you want to get the hello world, we have to write this much code. Okay, now Clear, sir, what I am saying? In that future, within 4-5 days, we are also going to work. We are also create this type of examples. Okay, now next. After that, for example, request parameters is there. I'll check the request parameters. Okay, observe very clearly. Request parameters example. Parameters in this request. No parameters. Please enter. Okay, I am not going to entering the parameters. I'll click on that submit. Okay, so here the data is available, and data is available. No, here I'll enter the data. First name Tirupati. Okay, next here last name, here I'll go through that Surendra. Okay, I'll click on that submit. We are getting the data or not, sir? Say yes, sir. This is the what? Request parameters. Okay, this is the request parameter. These all are the different types of examples is available in a Tomcat. Okay, in that future also, the coming classes, we are also able to create few web applications. Say yes or no? After creating the web applications, we have to deploy to the server. Say yes or no, sir? Okay, all the web applications we have to store in what? Server. In that server here available. That also will do the future classes. Okay, are you able to understand what I am saying here?